What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Do you love playoff basketball? Do you love playoff basketball? The Knicks pull off a monumental win tonight by beating the Detroit Pistons 94-93, ripping the heart out of the Pistons fans. And Kay Cunningham and the whole crew ripping the heart out. The captain, Jalen Brunson, 32 points, 11 assists, 15 of them points in the fourth quarter. And Karl Anthony Towns, the big cat, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 8 points in that fourth quarter. Hitting the silencer to put us up 94-93. Big time win for them boys. Huge win. Go up 3-1 in the series. Do you love playoff basketball? Big Task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. J Deals. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Judah's Revenge. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. J Supreme. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Disc Rover. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Big time win for them boys. Head back home to the Garden up 3-1. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. You got to love the suspense. You got to love it. Feels like a Broadway show. Feels like you're on Broadway. Where do I begin? Fabulous win, man. Fabulous win. You know, when you're on the road in the playoffs, it's a lot of times it's like a roller coaster. And that's what this game felt like. In the beginning, the Knicks were cruising. I felt like this was going to be an easy victory. It looked like they were pretty much, Detroit was laying down. And then Detroit made that big push right before the half. And through that, I said, okay, we got to start reestablishing on offense and really start feeding Cat the way we did in the beginning to get us rolling. And we kind of got away from that. We kind of hit a stalemate in that third quarter. And then, of course, Brunson goes down, right? So I said, okay, here we go. Like, let's see if he's okay. And the way Brunson fell and the way he went down, the way he got injured, it didn't look like to me like it was really anything too serious. I didn't really see him twist anything. It's just he just fell. Eddie Kofi, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live. Big time win for the boys, 95-93. 94-93, excuse me. So that's what it felt like with that injury, how that looked. But then when I saw him back on the bench, I said, okay, he's fine. He's okay. He's okay. That's just what I was paying. I wanted to see if he was back on the bench. But I felt like we had to get back to feeding Cat in the post. Like we kind of got away from that. And then Brunson came back in, and then everything changed after that. 15 points for him. Listen, man, look, all that nonsense. Like, I hope everybody stops this nonsense. He's the best player in the series. I said this before. Cade, we know how good Cade is. He's ascending. He's the next. And I give him that. But Brunson is something different, man. He's something different. Cade is a great player, but Brunson is something different. As much as everybody loved Cade, he had 2 shots at knocking down the shot. Went in and out the other time. We got the rebound, and then in the end, hit the back iron, right? Once again, I've said it before, guys. I said it before. Listen, when the pressure is on, sometimes some people's hands get sweaty, right? Their palms get sweaty. The ball slips out of their hands, whatever. But for some people, their heartbeat slows down. And it's like an even keel. And that's Brunson. That's Brunson. Cold-blooded. 15 points in that fourth quarter. Clutch player of the year for a reason. Clutch player of the year for a reason. Period. And what can you say about the big cat, man? Everybody, listen, and I want everybody to come out too. Everybody was complaining about that Randall trade. I didn't agree with it a year ago. I didn't want a cat over here. Big shouts to Coach when he comes in here. Big shouts to him. He said, yo, LV, man, you bugging. He said, Towns is way better than Randall. I said, I don't know about that. had to eat my words, man. I had to tell Coach, you're right. At the beginning of this season, I said, you're right. That fall away, that three was ill, right? Put us up. But that fall away from the behind the backboard, come on, man. That's an unstoppable shot. Unstoppable. For him to hit that fall away, I said, okay, we cooking with grease now. Now we cooking with grease. Okay, here we go. Okay, now we rolling. And I was not worried after that. Because we got the shot makers, man. Now, yes, Tim Hardaway came down and hit a couple of threes. That's cool. But we got the closers on our team. And if you look at the stat box, you look at everybody. No one else scored over 10 points. Excuse me, Josh Hart scored 14. But no one else scored over that. And in a game like this, you need your top guns to be your top guns. And that's what we got. And that's why Cat's getting paid $55 million a year. That's why. We know who Brunson is. Like, let's not, right? But Cat came over here to do exactly what he did tonight. To do exactly what he did. That fall over, oh man, that was money. Behind the backboard too. And they hit no rim. No rim, splash. And then he took that three from, was about 30 feet out. 30 feet out. That's what the great players do, man. That's what the great players do. We know who Brunson is. We know that. But now he's got a guy. Now he's got a guy. And this is why everyone's been screaming for you to give the big cat some touches. The big cat's got to eat. And he hit that silencer. There was no way we was going to lose this game after he hit that. No way. No way. Big time win for them boys. Big time win for them boys. Now let's go to the highlights. Highlights. Let's see them. Amazing win, man. Amazing win. Amazing win. Amazing win. Were you guys nervous when Brunson went down? Were you nervous? Like for me, I was a little nervous, but then I wanted to see like how he looked walking off. They went away straight to camera. They brought him back and they showed him kind of limping. I said, okay. He went back to the locker room. What I'm assuming is that he probably got extra tape. That's what he probably got. Probably got extra tape, stretched it out a bit. But when I saw him on the bench, I said, okay, we good money. There's no way he's gonna let this rock and everything play out, and that there's no way that's not gonna happen. He's not coming back in the game. So when he came back in the game, I wanted to see how he was moving, and you could see like he wasn't bringing the ball up. Gingerly, he was kind of like trying to test it out, and I said, okay, I think he's good. Then when he made the first move on Tim Hardaway and how he was moving, I said, okay, I think he's good. I think he's good. And so for me, I was like, all right. And once he started making shots, I knew they was in trouble. I knew they was in trouble because they have nobody there that can do what he does. When the moment is the biggest, they have nobody. Cade is good, but he's not there yet, man. He's not there. You see it, but he's not there yet. And the other dynamic with Cade, with the other issue that he has over there, he has no number two, man. He has no number two. He doesn't. And that's the thing. So for me, that's what we have. We have that guy. We have that guy to go to outside of Brunson. And that's all we wanted here as Knicks fans. We wanted a guy right next to our captain for him to cook and get busy. And we got Towns, man. We got Towns. So now we don't have to rely on Brunson. Now we got another guy to make a big-time shot when it's needed. And I think the most important thing, guys, you guys got to understand too. And I think, it's for everybody. You got to realize this too. We're playing on the road, man. So everything's not going to go our way. It's just not. But it's during the money time when you really want guys to step up. And I felt that's what I saw from Big Cat and Brunson, but not just those guys. What about Bridges, man? What about Bridges? When we were down by, what was it, 7? We were down by 7. What about that 3 he hit in the corner? Bang. What about that other 3 he hit and put us down by 3? And he had 2 steals. So once again, you forget about all the other things that happen. You forget about that third quarter. You forget about guys missing shots because when it's money time, they step up. They come up huge. And I thought that's what I saw from Bridges in that fourth quarter. But once again, this was a total team win, man. Total team win, and you got to love it. You got to love it. You got to love it exactly how we look, man. Exactly how we looked. Take a look at the stats here, right? The Knicks shot 43. Excuse me, the Pistons shot 43% from the field. The Knicks shot 37%. We shot 15 for 13 from three. They shot 7 for 29. They out-rebounded us 54 to 38. Defensive rebounds 40 to 26. Points in the paint. We had 48 they had 48 to our 32, but the turnovers 19 to our 10, and we had 20 points off of their 19 turnovers. And to me, that was the ball game. The bench points 22 to 5. But to me, that was the ball game. The ball game is those turnovers. And that's the one thing that's an issue with Cade in his game. Is he turns the ball over because Cade had 7 turnovers tonight, man. 7 turnovers. 7. See, when you the money guy like that, you can't have turnovers like that, man. And that's his kryptonite. He turns the ball over way too much. And you can't be a top guy like that. And when it's money time, you just coming up with bad plays here and there. You can't do that, man. Great win, man. Great win. You gotta love it, man. Let's go into the chat really quick. Let me see what everybody's talking about, man. I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with LV Live. Huge. My vegan life, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. My vegan life, and I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. J. Deal says Brunson is by far the best player in the series. This is Cade's first dance. Agreed, man. Agreed. And he shows it. He shows it, J. Deal. Because when it's winning time, you can tell he gets shaky, man. You can tell he gets shaky. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's what separates the two guys. You know, the numbers are the numbers, right? Cade's going to get his numbers, but it's just the money time, man. That's when you get paid. With 3 minutes left, that's when you get paid. Get a win, man. Get a win and get a bucket. Because listen, it's tough to win on the road in the playoffs, man. You saw what was going on. So, you find out who your team is, and not for nothing, who's the guy? We already know Brunson is. But what Cat did today, man, was big. Big for the big Cat. Eddie Kofi said Cat was fouled all afternoon and the refs, no calls. You know what's crazy? Eddie Kofi, I mentioned it on Twitter. Like, I thought that's what was going on towards the end of that of the first half, and of course that whole third quarter. Like, the Knicks were getting hacked and whacked all over the place, right? But what I know and what I understand is that you're on the road, right? This team is fighting for their playoff lives, right? If they lose, they go down 3-1. So now the refs are going to kind of let certain things go, man. So I have no issue with that. My thing is that just being on both ends, like let it go on both ends, like, you know what I'm saying? And I felt that the refs started allowing certain things to go towards the end, winning time. Now, of course, the big debate, let's talk about it, is going to be about the foul, right? Should Tim Hardaway have gotten that call for being fouled? Once again, I'm going to say it again, right? So people can understand what I'm saying. Should he have gotten that call for being fouled? Because he was fouled. I'm not going to sit here and try to act like we all know what time it is. But the refs aren't going to give you that, man. They're not going to give you that, especially if you're double clutching. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened with that 3. He's double clutching. So they're not going to give you that, man. They're not going to give you that in winning time. This is the playoffs. They're not going to give you that call. They're not. Anybody that's a Knicks fan like me, man, who's been doing this since the soil, since the day you was breathing like me. Should I not remind you guys about Charles Smith? How many times was Jordan and Scottie Pippen hacking him over on the arm? How many times? How many times you getting hacked? And all anybody ever said was that you got to go up stronger. You got to go up stronger in the rack. It's the playoffs. You got to go up strong in that Baja. You can't be weak going to the rack. And he was getting hacked left and right. Did they call it? No. They're not going to call it. So I've been on both sides of this for the Knicks. I saw what was going on in that third, the second quarter going into the third. They were letting a lot of things go. A lot of things. OG Anunoby's getting hacked. Carl's getting hacked. They're letting a lot of things rock. You know, JB Bickerstaff's complaining. What are you complaining about, man? What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? Listen, man, listen, my man, come on, listen. You can't eat off of that plate, right? And win the game. But then at the end of the game, when it's winning time, they don't make the same call for you. It goes both ways, homeboy. It goes both ways. So to me, that's the importance of that. And I love that the refs didn't make that call. I love it. Because you know what? Gotta let the players decide it, man. Let them decide it. If K would have hit that shot, we wouldn't have nothing to worry about. But he didn't hit the shot. He ain't as cold as we thought. The coldest is on our side. Ice cold. He's on our side. His name is Brunson. That's cold. He's cold-blooded. No one else. Because I guarantee you Brunson would have hit that shot. Cade missed it. That's it. That's the ball game. That's the ball game right now. Now the ball is in a scuffle. It's on the ground. Bridges is falling. Josh Hart goes over to contest. He double clutches. He didn't jump straight up to shoot the three. He double clutches, and he misses it. Oh, man. It's the ball game. They want to get mad. Your man should have made the shot. Actually, with that being said, I got the clip right here. I got the clip. Let's take a look at JB Bickerstaff complaining. Here he is. Vintage him. Bring it back. Let's bring it back. Here we go.
Knicks have won it 94-93 and take a 3-1 series lead.
There he is crying. Cat's hugging up everybody. Look at that. Look at that. The garden's going crazy. Look at that outside the garden.
Party going wild, knowing they can close it out on Tuesday night at the Garden.
That's somebody shorty. You know what I'm saying? That's probably Tobias Harris shorty. Tight. Look at JB. Look at him mad. See? You can't have it both ways, man. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it where your team is rocking and everybody's doing their thing. They hacking and fouling. Y'all on a run. Now it's wintertime. You're not going to get that call now, man. You're not going to get that call. The Knicks had all the momentum. They're not going to give you that call. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming to Rock with LV Live. It's a big win for the boys, 94-93. So you can't. So that's my issue with that, man. Get back here and get back here. The chat, man. Everybody's here is on fire right now, man. Appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me, man. Jason Prince a trash talk, grabbing and fouling. If you call a foul. The Pistons, right? Yeah, come on, man. Which one is it going to be, Jason Prince? Which one is it going to be? Come on, man. Come on, you got to listen. You got this. Listen, man. Look, the game is the game. You got to fight through it. I wasn't even mad that the Pistons fought back the way they did. They had to, man. They had to, and the refs were going to let it rock. And I'm okay with that because you're playing on the road. You're playing on the road, so it's going to be ill like that. It is. It's going to be ill like that. So you got to kind of let it rock. You can't, be caught up in that, man. You got to let certain things, lead into that. You have to. You can't be so quick to try to say, come on, knock it off, man. Knock it off. Eddie Kofi says to win back-to-back is huge on the road. Yeah, man. Back-to-back on the road is huge. It's huge, man. Huge. Jay Supreme said Bridges hit 2 big threes, played good defense, but he missed 5 open three-pointers. You can't do that and win against Boston the Cavs. Jay Supreme, listen to me, man. We'll worry about Boston and the Cavs when we get there, man. When we get there. I can't worry about my man. We can't say, all right, well, he can't do that against him. My man, we're here now. Be here in the moment. He missed threes in the beginning. So what? That happens, man. This is hoops. Come on. These dudes he's not Jordan. You know what I'm saying? He's not Brunson. He's going to miss some shots. But Jay, let me ask you something. When it matters most, what is he doing? Is he knocking down threes? Is he coming up when it matters most? That's all you care about, man. From role players. That's all he is a role player. So he's going to miss open threes. Oshinobi wasn't great tonight neither. But it happens. It's not a big deal. It happens. But did we win the game? Did those guys do enough to win the game? And to me, that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Get the W, man. Get the W. Get the W, and that's it. That's it, and that's all I care about. Francisco Martinez, Martins, I think that's how you pronounce your name. I apologize. I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live and my crew, man. Appreciate you coming through rocking with the LV Live show, man. Big time win from the boys 94 to 93. The Big Cat, 27 points, 9 rebounds. Francisco says, Towns a monster of a player. I think the Knicks are in the best phase right now. Hey, listen, man, agreed. Agreed. Listen, look, man. It's well documented here on my show. I wasn't a big fan of the whole of getting Towns here. I wasn't. I'm not saying when they made the deal, but prior to that, I wasn't. I was way off on that, you know, and I have to take in one thing, you know, I don't know if he's here yet. Coach was like, LV, you bugging. Cat is the truth. And he is, man. I've said it here before. He's not even a little bit better than Randall. He's galaxies better than Randall. Galaxies. And you saw why tonight. You saw why tonight. Not just in the first half, but in money time. Money time. Because the beauty of everything is that when Brunson started cooking, I said, okay, here we go. Here he comes. Here he comes. And even the crowd got nervous because they said, here he comes. Like, this is what he does. But for them to make sure they fed Cat was beautiful. That cross the court pass that Brunson made for Cat to knock down that three, bang, I said, here we go. Here we go. And that, that fall away from, Listen, man, I'm telling you, I stress to you guys, I played, man, in high school and college. Like, that's a hard shot, man. And he's 7 feet and he's doing that, bro. He's 7 feet and he's doing that. Money. The Big Cat came through huge. Ghostlight, man, I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, sir. I appreciate you coming through rocking with me, man. Big time win for them boys, 94 to 93. The captain, 32 points, 11 assists. Ghostlight says, refs clowned. You have been lucky minus game one on that 21. Pistons at 7. Refs can't keep us out. Are you a Pistons fan, my guy? I like to ask questions, man. Are you a Pistons fan? If you are, man, I appreciate you coming through rocking with us, man. I truly, truly do. It's not the refs, man. It's not the refs. It's not the refs, man. The refs are letting a lot of things go, man. It's playoff basketball, man. I see it on both ends. I see it on. Go get a little ghost light. Here we go. Here you go, crew. Here you go. Detroit for life. Ghost light, if you don't mind me asking, because once again, I like to ask questions here on my show. Are you from Detroit, born and raised? Born and raised. Are you just a fair weather fan, live out somewhere, or are you born and raised in Detroit? I like to ask questions. I like to know who I'm talking to. Jay Supreme says, I like Bridges, man. Don't get it twisted. But I'm just saying, you see Boston and the Cavs, they make you pay when you leave them open. But I'll take the W anyway. Jay Supreme, listen, I agreed, man. I agree, Jay. I'm with you, Jay. But we ain't there yet, Jay. Let's close out the show. Then we could talk about that, Jay. Right now, let's stay in the moment, Jay. Let's stay in the moment. He was big tonight in that fourth quarter. Huge for money time. You gotta love it, Jay. Let's stay here, Jay. Let's stay here. Let's not go to Boston and Cleveland yet. Let's wait, Jay. Let's wait. Ghostlight said, yep, prop. Okay. What do they say in Detroit? What's the saying, people? What do they say? What do they say? I forget the saying. But anyway, you're saying about the refs and the calls, you're way off, sir. Here's why I say that, Ghostlight. I think the Pistons are playing really, really hard. I think they're playing really well. Cade is a monster. But, Ghostlight, I think the refs are calling on both ends because that third quarter, you guys were getting everything. The Knicks could not get a call. to get a call. We couldn't even get nothing. And that game 2 was insane, the amount of calls you guys got to help you guys win that game, right? It's well documented what happened in that game 2. Game 3 to me was the best officiated game because it was evenly matched. Evenly matched. So tonight, I felt like the refs played to the momentum of whoever had it going. I felt that they when Detroit had it rolling, the Knicks couldn't buy a bucket and they couldn't buy a foul. But the Knicks were hitting a couple of shots here and there to stay in striking distance. And Ghost, like, the problem with staying in striking distance for you guys is you don't have a Brunson on your team. And he gets laser focused in the fourth quarter. Ghost, like, you're a Detroit fan, you haven't had the luxury of seeing what we've seen since this guy's been here in New York for the last 2 years, the things he's done. And this is why he's getting recognized in the league as the clutch player of the year. It ain't the flopping. I know you guys say he's flopping a lot. No. He's not flopping. But you can't deny Ghost, like, what he's doing in that fourth quarter, man. That's money time. That's when you can separate who's who from on the court. And the reality is of this series, we got the guy to do it and you don't. That's just it. Cade had the opportunity to knock down the shot. He missed the shot. He turns the ball over a lot. Brunson doesn't do that. When it's money time, Ghost, like, Brunson comes through, man. That's just what it is. And that's what separates series, man. Who's got the guy? Everybody knows the sets that you're running. Everybody knows what Brunson wants to do, but they can't stop it. And I'm speaking of when it's 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left, 1 minute left. What are you going to do? And that, to me, that's what separated the game, Ghost Light. But listen, once again, man, I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. It's truly, truly appreciated. Big time win for the boys, 94-93. Back in the Garden Tuesday night, up 3-1. Beautiful, man, beautiful. Del Ali, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. My dude LV, man, what's better with show? Come on, man. Yo, it's beautiful, man. Beautiful. A good 90s style game. Agreed. I'm glad you mentioned that because that's exactly what I saw. These last two games. I think the first two was a dud. I was at game 1. Game 1 was kind of weird. Campaign to me was the star of that game. But game 1 and game 2 was a dud. These last two have been phenomenal play from both ends. And I think that the Knicks showed that they're just a superior team. They just did. You know what I'm saying? They got the guys to do it, man. They got the guys to do it. And I think that that's what separated. But I agree with the 90 style game. I agree, man. I agree. That's why I'm not beefing about the call at the end. You don't make that call. And listen, if this was the Knicks, I would be saying the same thing. Especially, guys, when you shooting a three, you can't double clutch. When you double clutch and all that stuff, the ref's not going to give you that, man. I learned that back when I was in middle school. I was told, go straight up and let him make that call. But if you double clutching it, they're going to be like, well, because you look like you're shooting awkward. They're not going to give you that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be mindful. You gotta be mindful of that. Oh, Khaled Passion, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Big time win for the boys, 94-93. The captain, 32 points, 11 assists. Now, at least I always wanted Cat, man. Always. Yo, listen, man. Big time. Listen, man. I can't even sit here and say I did too. I can't even sit in front of y'all. You know, I have to be honest. I wasn't a big fan of his. I'm a huge fan now. I'm a huge fan. He's way better than what I ever expected. Way better. Khaled Pasha said we took the heart out on the Pistons this over. Yeah, we ripped their hearts out. We ripped their hearts out, man. They listen, the playoffs are the playoffs, man. The more experienced team knows how to close it out when it's supposed to be closed out, and that's it. Jason Peep said, all 4 games, the Pistons have folded. They got a gift in game 2, and it's still almost lost. You know what? It's Jay Supreme. I'm glad you mentioned that because I felt the same way in game 2 also. But it wasn't just They folded. I thought Brunson dropped the ball because he just was doing hero ball. He was like kind of getting caught up in the Pistons and all that nonsense. Schroeder and Beasley running his mouth. Beasley's out of control. Like, you know what I mean? So he got caught up in that. He lost himself for a minute. You see him Brunson being back to Brunson now. Being back to Brunson. And this is what the Knicks are supposed to do, man. This is easy work. What you saw in the first half is how much better we are than this team. If the refs kind of let certain things go and let these guys get away with stuff, then you're going to see like a wild kind of like weird game. But the Knicks are way better than this team. Way better. You saw it in the first half, man. Earl Gals, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rockin' with LV Live. Big time win for the boys. 94-93. Hey, guys, let's listen to JB Bickerstaff, man. Let's listen to him complain again. Let's listen to what he has to say.
The shot Cade got at the end with 8 seconds, whatever, and then the ensuing shot where there was no call. What did you think of that?
I mean, Cade got his shot. He got to his spot, and he got to his shot, and and had the shot that he liked and that we all like. And I trust Cade to take that shot, 100 times in a row. And again, you go back and look at the film. The guy leaves his feet. There's contact on Tim Hardaway's jump shot. I don't know any other way around it. There's contact on his jump shot. The guy leaves his feet. He's at Timmy's mercy. And I repeat, there's contact on his jump shot.
Is there more of a bigger cry? He was crying in the Cavs series, man, when we was bullying them dudes. He's always crying, man. Always crying. Oh, this guy, listen, he cries over everything, man. He's always whining. He started off by saying what I think he should have said, and he should have ended it right then and there. We love that shot for Cade. I would take that shot every day. And he missed it, man. And I agree with him. That's a great look. But he missed it. That's the ball game. That's the ball game. It's called a miss and make lead for a reason. That's the ball game, man. He's got to knock that down. He can't. So what? Your best player didn't knock it down. Our best player did. That's it. Atlantic Lion, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rockin' with LV Live. Long time no see, sir. One of my day ones. Atlantic Lion, big time win for them boys. 94-93. The big cat, 27 points, 9 rebounds. And to me, that's the game right there. He makes that shot, they most likely win, unless Brunson's heroics, right? But that's what happens. And he got a wide open look. OG Anunoby, I thought played him good, but come on, man. And he listen, he didn't shoot it short. He shot it long off the back iron. That means he's, what I'm saying? Come on. And then he's saying he got fouled. Listen, dogs, look. All right, look. I said it earlier. Did he get fouled? Yes, he got fouled. Okay, I'm not going to sit here. But there's a foul on every play. I thought Bridges got fouled when he got the rebound, and Tobias Harris hit him and caused him to fall. They didn't call it, right? They didn't call it. Same thing last year in Philly, right? They were complaining about the foul. Who was it that fell? Was it Maxey that fell? Maxey fell. He fell on the ground, and it's a loose ball. Wait, remember Nick Nurse trying to call a timeout. You can't call a timeout. The ball's loose. The ref looked at him and said, I can't. The ball is on the ground. You can't get mad when it don't go. It's the playoffs, dogs. The playoffs. So you can't get mad when things don't go your way, but yet when you rock and everyone's hacking, now you're happy. Come on, man. It doesn't go like that. It doesn't. Your guy missed the shot. That is it. It's no secret sauce. It's nothing that's like, oh, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's no, it's not that. Your guy missed a shot, and our guy scored 15 points in the clutch moments in the fourth quarter. That is it. That is it. Really. The 2-1A guys. Who's the guy? With all the debate about who's the best player in this series, Brunson shut that down quick. He's been shutting it down because he's scoring the most points in the fourth quarter out of both of those guys. So he shut it down quick. He's averaging, I believe, 12 points in the fourth quarter. Today he scored 15. 5 points away from 20 in the fourth. This is what he does, man. This is why there was arguments last year about him possibly being first team All-NBA. He finished fourth in MVP voting. And this year he's going to make second team. But come on, man. Brunson's right now, would you say arguably maybe top best point guard in the league? Right? Give or take. Who would you say is better? Ja Morant? Of course, we're going to say Steph Curry, but he doesn't really play point. He plays off the ball, right? Some people say Luka, right? Because he brings the ball up, right? Some people say Kyrie. I think Brunson's got the edge on Kyrie right now, man. I love Kyrie, but I think Brunson's got the edge right now. That's it, man. That's it. People want to get mad, man, but this is what it is. It's a miss and make league for a reason, man. Your guy didn't make the shot, and our guys did. That's it. We got the horses, man. That fall away shot that Towns made, I keep on talking about it. That's a money shot. That's the man shot. Like I'm him. I'm him. That step away, bang. That's excuse my language. That's you letting your nuts hang now because you're like, come on, man. I'm making it regardless. He shot it over the backboard and it was splash. It didn't even touch the rim. Come on, man. And then come on, B. That three from 30, 50 foot out. He's just flexing now. Now he's just showing off. That's the ball game. That's it. It ain't nothing extra. No fouls, no nothing. We got guys to make shots. You don't. And your guy that you had, he missed it. That's it. That's it. So, all this crying and he's complaining. He's grasping for straws, man, because he knows what time it is. Atlantic Line says Luka is the only man I can think. That's what I'm saying. Luka, right? Luka, probably at the one. Brunson's better than Dame Dollar. He's better than Trae Young. Who else is out there? Ja Morant. Oh, forget about it. He's better than Ja Morant. You get caught up with Ja Morant's athletics. Oh, I'm bugging. I'm bugging SGA, right? So Shea is number one, right? You give Luka number two because Luka really runs to the top of the key. Second to me is Brunson. Third to me is Brunson, man. Ahead of Kyrie. Right now, I'm saying. We're not saying totality. We don't want to do that because that's insane. Excuse me. We're right now in the league. Who's got it right now? Brunson's right there, man. He's right there. So I think that's the ball game, man. It don't really have nothing to do with that. And I think the most important thing, guys, with all of this, right, is this is what the playoffs are. I said this to you guys before. The playoffs is just get a bucket, man. That's it. Like you know what sets these guys are running. You know what everybody's doing. Everybody's coming off screens. You got to fight through the screens. Get a stop. Get a stop. Come down. Get a bucket when it matters. Get a bucket, man. That's it. And we got the best bucket getter in the fourth quarter in the league. That's why he got the award in the league. And when he starts cooking, he putting dudes to sleep. That's it, man. He's sending them home packing. And that's what it is. And then Line says, yo, somebody investigate our water boys. They're getting shadow mandates from adding silver and slipping that in the third quarter. Oh, man. You mean like in the third quarter? Yeah, it's something going on at halftime, man. But you know what, Disc Grover? Listen, man. This has been going on some time now with Tibbs, right? And this is where, the issues with him kind of show itself. It's been going on now. Like even when Randall was here, that's why we call it the third quarter of doom. They just don't come out ready, right? I don't know what their preparation is like. I don't know, but it happens too much. It happened during the regular season. It happened other seasons, right? They just don't seem ready to go. And I'm glad you made that joke, Disc Rover. But I'm just saying it's happening too much. So Tibbs has got to kind of make some changes and kind of figure out what's, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just, I don't like it. I don't. But guys, hey, listen, I got to give Tibbs credit now. I got to give Tibbs credit. when it was winning time, I love the fact that when it came to a defensive situation, they were taking the ball out. He made the defensive change. I'm glad he did that because I was saying that when I was watching the game. I said, yo, you got to bring Deuce in, take Brunson out, and you got to bring Mitch in and take Cat out. And bringing those two guys in were huge because they can't come over screens dealing with Deuce. They can't. He's too much of an athlete. Brunson's not the athlete Deuce is. And Duran can't push Mitch around like that. He can't. He can do it with Cat. He can't do it with Mitch. So it's a different type of presence down there. And defensively, we're strong on all areas around. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Mitch in that middle. So I thought that was smart by Tibbs on both situations. And guys, I haven't talked about him yet, but Josh Hart, man, another great game for him. Another great game for Josh. Josh was 14 points. He had big-time threes, too. He was 4 for 9 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3. I thought he hit some big-time shots, 3 for 6 from the line. He's got to tighten that up. But ready, 10 rebounds for Josh, 5 assists, you ready, and 4 steals for Josh. And then came up with 2 big-time defensive plays in the end. Gets the strip on Cade Cunningham where it goes off his body. Knicks get the ball back. And then he contests the shot to make, little Timmy. That's what Mikhail said. I ain't say it. Little Timmy do the double clutch and miss on a 3. Gave him a little body tap, but they let that rock. But Josh recovering on that. Because remember, Mikhail fell. The ball rolled out. Timmy was in a perfect spot. Josh reacted quickly and was right there on him to where he couldn't get a good, clean look. He had to double clutch it. Josh Hart, 2 winning defensive plays in the end, man. You got to pay attention to that with Josh, man. Amazing night for him. I thought he was sensational. I thought he was big in that first half, giving us that lead. Him knocking down those threes, it felt like vintage playoff Josh Hart. And this we wanted him out the lineup. This is why he stays in. I think he played 47 minutes tonight. Yeah, Josh played 42, man. 42 minutes tonight. 42 minutes for Josh. And I thought he was exceptional. I thought he was really, 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 really good. Let's hear from Tibbs, man. Let's hear from Tibbs. Let's hear what Tibbs has to say, man. Thought Tibbs had a good night tonight, man. Good night. Good night tonight. Shaking his third quarter, but I thought he was good.
Right after the game, what was the move?
Sorry, guys.
Like an emotional win. You guys are celebrating right after the game. What was the mood in the locker room, and how cool was it to pull off this victory the way that you did?
Like playoff wins are tough. It's hard to get them. We didn't have much going our way to start the fourth, and dug down and found a way to win in the end. A lot of tough plays, guys stepping up. Cat hitting the big shots, Jalen big shots. Mikhail's defense, OG's defense. Josh's hustle plays, the rebounds. We needed everybody and just find a way to win. And that's the bottom line.
I thought this is well said by Tibbs. I thought this is well said and well breakdown by Tibbs. And I say that because it really took everybody. And there's going to be moments in the game where everybody's looked upon to really come up with a big play, especially in winning time. And I'm glad he mentioned we didn't really have a lot going our way in that fourth. And that's why Mikhail's threes were huge, my man. Do you not understand? They were momentum breakers because they were coming back. They kind of were starting to inch out a bit. But he came down and knocked down a 3, which was huge. That fall away in the corner, bang. And then he hit another one that put us down 3. It was 76-79. And that changed everything in the ballgame because then we started inching closer, and then you could tell they started feeling uneasy. Right? That was big. But then there was times when OG Anunoby had big plays defensively. I thought Deuce came out, and he had big defensive plays. Right? So I thought he was huge in certain moments. I thought Mitch was great. So everybody played their part. Everybody did really, really well, man. And then to me, you let the top dogs do what they do in a game like this because it was a really gritty game. You see the Knicks only shot 30-something% from the field. They didn't shoot well at all. So you're going to have a gritty win. But those type of wins are important, man, because everybody's not going to have it going. Your top dogs got to be the guys tonight, and that's what I felt like was really leaning into because it was really heavy offensive with those guys. Like, it was really, really heavy, Brunson and Towns. Like, Josh got his points, but it was really gonna say OG Anunoby had 8, Bridges had 8, Deuce had 5, Josh had 14, and that was it. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta find a way to win on the playoffs on the road, man. And you gotta pull out a really tough. Gotta dig deep for these wins, man. And Tip said it. You had to dig deep for this one, man. And this is sometimes what really kind of galvanizes the team, like, for the next round. And I thought that's what this game did. Orlando C, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live, man. Big time win for the boys, 94-93. The captain, 32 points, 11 assists. Eric Green says, Hart is my favorite Knick because of his grit. I just wish he had more confidence in his shooting. Listen, Eric Green, listen, man, you were right on when you say that. That to me is what separates him, man. Like, he's, and if you remember on a roommate show, right? I don't know if you guys saw it. There was one episode where Brunson was talking to him and said, yo, man, like, you don't realize, like, when you do that, it makes us so much of a better team. Like, you can shoot. Like, you can shoot. We see you working on your shot. Then Brunson hit him with this, too, and I wonder if Josh thought about it. He said, like, you were Big East Player of the Year. Like, you're not a scrub. Like, you could shoot the ball. You did it in college when we was there. Like, so Brunson's talking to him like, I know you can do it. But when you do it, we're so much better of a team. But when you don't do it and you don't have confidence in yourself, why not? And he was just looking at Brunson and kind of nodding his head because Brunson's trying to motivate his homeboy, like, yo, man, shoot it, man. You can shoot. You're good. So to me, I love that, and I love what he showed tonight. Jeezy D, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live, man. Hope all is well with you, sir. Big time win for them boys on the road. 94-93. Knicks go up 3-1 in the series. Back in the Garden on Tuesday. Rondo, what's going on, man? One of my day ones. Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight, man. Big time win for them boys in the playoffs. Game 4. Knicks go up 94-93, 3-1 in the series. Back in the Garden for Game 5 on Tuesday. Orlando C says, hey, yo, my nerves. Yo, listen. You know what's ill, Orlando C? I wasn't too nervous, I'll be honest with you, because we were in striking distance. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when you're in striking distance, Orlando C, and you got a guy over there like Brunson, like, you never, because the fourth quarter was a lot of time left. It was a lot of time left. And that's the thing sometimes with these games. You don't realize how long it is. When you're in the fourth quarter, they make a run, and then you like, yo, we still got 7 minutes left. That's a lot of time, man. That's a lot of time in the game. And then even when it's like 3 minutes left, I said, that's a lot of time, man. A couple of possessions, but that's a lot of time. Especially if you're only down 2 or 3. That's come on, man. That's easy work. And then when you got the shot makers like we got, come on, that's it. And so for me, that's why I kind of was okay because I said, yo, Brunson has done it so many times, man. And when he started cooking, how many of y'all in the chat, everybody give thumbs up and you say, heck yeah, or oh yeah, or whatever. Or you get fire emojis, whatever. When he started scoring in the fourth, did y'all start getting excited? Like, okay, oh yeah, here he comes. If everybody agrees with me, put a fire emoji or whatever, thumbs up, whatever. You let me know. When you saw he started kind of, and he wasn't limping, I said, okay, here he goes. I said, here he goes. Here he goes. And you heard the crowd getting nervous. Yo, that three that he hit on the left elbow right next to Spike. When Timmy was on him, I said, oh yeah. I said, okay, here he comes. And they came back and knocked down another 3. And I think that made it 88-84. But I wasn't worried, man, at all. At all. Because when he hit that shot, I said he's cooking. And my main thing was like, yo, we got to feed the cat. We got to get it to the cat. And that next play, if you guys remember, that next play is when he had it on the left corner and they dropped on Cat and he popped on that right elbow right there. It hit that three, and it was 87, 88. I said, game over. We got these boys. Because they don't got the closer. They don't got the closer, man. They don't have the closer. So I knew it then. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The playoffs ain't about nothing much, but you got to make a bucket, man. Get a bucket. Get a bucket, man. When it matters most, get a bucket. And to me, that's what separated it. That was the ball game because they had us, but we was in striking distance. I will be honest with you. I wanted to see how he looked coming off with an ankle because I had an ankle sprain, man, really bad one, like in college. And LV story time. Sorry, guys. Let me go back. I broke my ankle playing football my sophomore year, and it kind of was always bugging me like after that. So whenever I would sprain that ankle, which I believe it was my right ankle, when I would sprain my ankle, I would always kind of be out for like a couple of days because it would swell up just because, that's the one I broke. So it was a game I made a spin move on somebody and my foot got caught in between his foot and my toe rolled up and I twisted it like that. Right? It was crazy. It was ill. And I was like, yo, and I knew I was out for like 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks. So when he came back, I said, I got to see how he moves on that ankle. I got to see it. When he started moving, I said, oh, he's good. He's good. Because your ankle's not going to allow you to do nothing. Like when you really hurt it or you sprain it really bad, you can't do nothing after that. Hence what happened with the Lakers, right? So when he came back and he was moving, I said, oh, he's good. He's good. He probably got it retaped. And I also think, because I saw him when he was doing warm-ups, he's got a brace on there too. So he's got it wrapped up both ways. So he probably got it retaped and probably the brace put back on, tighten it up. But then also too, man, I don't know why these dudes play with like low tops, man. I never understand, at least mid tops, at least mid. Like they play with low tops, man. They basically play in running sneakers. I don't know how these dudes do that, man. I could have never do that. Never. I could never do that, man. Like never. I just never really truly understood that. I just never did. I never did. Rondo said when JB hit that three, man, I knew Detroit. I knew they had a problem too. Rondo, I knew that too, man. Because that's vintage him, Rondo. That's him doing a heat check. He's done that before. So many times. He did it against Atlanta. He did it against Houston. He's done it against so many different teams. But usually Rondo's on the opposite side of the court, right? Like on the Knicks side of the bench. He's usually hitting that on that right quarter. That right quarter. This shot was on the left. But he's usually on the right side where he can step, so he can step and he can shoot it with his left. He usually does it then. That's the heat check. If he makes that shot, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Because them runners were money. That, especially that runner he hit off the backboard on Schroeder. I said, y'all in trouble now. Y'all, because you have nobody to check him. And he's in the zone now. And he's got like another dynamic too, guys. I don't know if you pay attention. He low-key got a rest during that time when he was sitting out with his ankle. So he kind of rested a bit. So he got retaped up and he was getting rest. So you saw a fresh, tightened up, pause, Brunson ready to close out. And so that's why, to me, he was making them shots. He was rested up. You could tell he was ready to go. Gas was high. Full gas, all gas, no brakes. He was ready to go. And they were in trouble after that. And then the other dynamic, too, of it all is that now you got a guy like Cat. You pair him up with him. That's it, man. That's it. But right now, we got to close it out. We got to close it out in the Garden, man. Don't give them no reason to come back. Jay Deal says, get a bucket and get stops. Listen, agree. That's it, man. That's it. And guys, the Knicks got stops too. Defensively, we came up. Bridges came up with a lot of big plays. He was making it tough for Kate. I don't know if you guys peep. Do you guys peep OG Anunoby? He looked tired at the end, right? Because he played the most, man. OG Anunoby, no, Mikal Bridges played the most. OG Anunoby only played 39 minutes. Mikal played 44 minutes, man. He played 44 minutes tonight. Cade played 42. So I think that's kind of like what happened too with that. But OG started looking tired, man. So I love the switch, but that's the beauty of those two, man. That's the beauty of those two, because if OG's kind of off, because OG seemed a little off today, right? He just did, even though 2 days off, he just looked kind of tired, and his shot wasn't falling, his three wasn't really falling, because usually a lot of shots he makes. But I thought that switching and putting Bridges on Cade was beautiful, because now you can allow OG to roam, which he does great. He's like a free safety, right? And so he was able to get steals and deflections and all that good stuff. And that's his superpower. And so that was the beauty of that, because even though Bridges was making shots, towards the end they switched it back. They put OG on him. So now, so Katie's got to work through a lot, man. Jay Spreem said, I told my boy, man, Captain Clutch is coming back in the fourth. Yo, word up, yo, he did, man. Didn't he, Jay? Yo, Jay, he came back, yo, with a vengeance, right? With a vengeance. Cold, man. Jay says, I'm gonna get food on Tuesday. Yeah, I think they finished. I think we pack them up on Tuesday. I think we pack them up. We get them out of there, man. We stick to the same game plan and we're good. Yeah, you know what Jay Deals meant? Remember when he came in today, he hit his first three? I said, yo, there we go, Deuce. Yo, he gotta get rolling, man. But he don't look like himself. Defensively, he's still solid, though. He's still solid. He makes it harder for them to make their shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's still solid defensively. That's one thing he's always had. But his shot is kind of off, man. I don't know. Sometimes, listen, guys, sometimes it's not your series. It's not your series. But that's why you don't give up on a guy like Deuce. But defensively, I thought he was solid. So putting him in at the end of the game to play defensively, I love that by Tibbs. Because you know he's going to fight over them screens. It ain't going to be easy. It ain't going to be easy with Deuce. Right? And so that's the beauty of him and what he could do. But, we got to stick to him. We got to stick with him, man. We got to stick with him. David Smith, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming to Whack with LV Live. Big time win for them boys, 94-93. The Big Cat, 27 points, 9 rebounds. This Rover says, blow them out on Tuesday, destroy their will to live. I don't want to see the Pistons in the playoffs game for the next 12 years. Yeah, man. Listen, they're going to be around for a long time, but it's going to be tough. Here's the issue, right? Who wants to go play in Detroit? Like, nobody wants to go play in Detroit. They're like Minnesota. No one wants to go to Minnesota to play. So who's going to really want to go pair with Cade? Like, who's going to want to do that? Unless they draft somebody. But who's going to want to go and play with Cade? Unless they say, all right, yo, we're going to put up a great trade package and give up pieces to go get KD. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing out names, right? But who? What's the last big free agency they got, right? Who? In a trade. What would you say? You say, what's the name, right? What's my man name from oh man, I like these things are slipping my mind. What's my man from the Clippers? Lob City. Blake Griffin, right? The last guy they got that was big, right? Was Blake Griffin, correct? No one's trying to go to Detroit, so that's why it's gonna be hard for them. Evergreen Bridges' defense was special. It was, sir. I thought he was solid tonight, man. Shot wasn't falling, but he did not let that impact his game. And that's how good these guys are, guys. Peep this. He couldn't, he couldn't throw the ball in the river, man. But he knocks down 2 big threes in the fourth, which really kind of put us in striking distance. Come on, man. You can't make this stuff up. David Smith says, it's pretty sad fan base hating on Cat, who is 5-time All-Star, an All-Star starter, All-NBA, best player on the Knicks, Knicks true MVP, best shooting big man in the NBA history, and a future Hall of Famer. But I'm lost. Who's hating on Cat? Like, educate me, because I don't hear any Knicks fans hating on Cat. We were saying get Cat the ball. Who's hating on Cat? David Smith. Most of our fan base is hating on Cat. I don't see that. No. David Smith. No, I know not me. I know that. I didn't see anywhere where people are, oh, okay, in other spaces and podcasters, fans also. Yeah, man, I don't. I know a lot. I know a lot of people. They love Cat. I know a lot of people. David Smith. Cat is truly the best player on the Knicks and true MVP. Hopefully today we put all that stuff to rest. These false narratives about Cat being soft and not before. Whoa. Okay, I listen. That whole soft stuff has ended. I don't agree with that. But the whole not performing in the playoffs, maybe. He's been big in the playoffs. It was just game 2. But outside of that, he's been a monster in all 3 games. Outside of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have to correct you here, David Smith. And I appreciate you coming through rock with me, too. I think the dude that's gotten scorched the most this year has been Bridges. I mean, they've been killing Mikal. Mikal can't do nothing right. Even tonight, I'm sure guys is killing him right now for not knocking down shots. But they're not commending him for his defense and commending him for knocking down big threes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think he's gotten scorched the most out of everybody. Every time the Knicks win or lose, they find something bad about Bridges. Even when he knocked down a 3, it was something bad about Bridges. Even when he was great in San Antonio, it was bad about, and like they destroyed this guy, man. He's gotten the most flames this year, like the most out of everybody. And people say it's well-deserving. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Jason Brief says a lot of people was on Brunson too. I think they was on Brunson. And listen, Jay, I was on Brunson too about last game, about game 2. I said it was a terrible game for him. Like you heard me. Like I was not happy with how he played. Now that doesn't mean that Brunson's the guy. Let's just be honest. I just felt that game he didn't play well. Like that was a bad look for him. But I didn't really leave that on him. If you remember that day, anybody came on my show and rocked on me after that game 2 loss, I ripped Tibbs too. Because I said Tibbs is the issue what is happening. You gotta help him out. Because if you see he's kind of off the rails a bit, you gotta sit him down. You gotta say, yo, breathe for a little bit. Breathe for a little bit. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do that. Especially see if your star player is kind of off a bit. Bridges got traded for 5 draft picks, is why. Yeah, but David Smith, that still doesn't make any sense for them to destroy that. He didn't ask. That was my whole thing in my show. He was the one that said, "Yo, in order for me to go to the Knicks, you got to trade 5 picks." He was the one that made the decision. That's the Knicks that did that. He's not worth 5 picks, not even close. But everybody know that's a tax, so they're killing him for what Leon did. That ain't on Bridges. That ain't on Bridges at all. And so for the fan base, barking on him like that because that ain't fair to him. And I think he played well last game, and I think he's been solid this game. See, people look at the numbers and say, okay, well, he should be. No, man. How are you impacting the game? How are you impacting winning? He's impacting winning today. Period. So the fans out there destroying him because, the 5 people, that ain't his fault, man. Like that once again, that was always insane to me. Jason, the facts you said, I was talking about, I destroyed Tibbs because that was the main thing. I got on Brunson too, but it was Tibbs, man. It's still a burden on him because Knicks mortgage their future. Fair or not? No, listen, agreed. It is a burden on him, which isn't fair to him, David Smith. It's not fair to him. You know what I'm saying? But, you got to know what you're getting. Like, like I identify who he is as a player. Like how he played today is who he is. You know what I'm saying? Now, some games he's going to get busy offensively. But look at the switches that he's able to do when OG Anunoby. He can defend Cade. He can get steals here and there. He can get blocks. He can do all those little Josh Hart things. and he can hit a three, and he could hit a mid-range. He could do all those, and he's great on the break. Like, you think of all those things that he's a perfect role player, him and OG Anunoby. But you don't expect those guys to get 30 a night. Brunson, you do. Cat, you do. So, yeah, you got to hold them higher. They're holding this guy to the same level as Brunson. That's not fair to him. He's not on Brunson's level, man. Not even close. But he's a good role player. That's what you want from him, man. And he's doing that. Jason Reed said a lot of people are expecting Brooklyn Nets Bridges, and he hasn't been that dude. Yeah, but he's not going to be that dude. He's not going to be that dude because he's not the 1A guy here. Brunson is. Brunson's the guy. So he's got to fall back and kind of stay in that lane. You know what I'm saying? And so that changes things. But once again, guys, with all that being said, you ready? Here's the atom bomb of it all. This is only year one. He just got here. It's only year one, and dudes are throwing him out already. He just got here. And remember when I went on that rant, I barked. I was going bananas. I said, everybody's over here talking crazy about him. They couldn't even get off of their JV bench. Right? They talking crazy like he's some bum. This guy's made it to the highest level. He's won an NCAA championship. He's been to the finals. He starts in the NBA. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And they talking about him like he's garbage. And these dudes couldn't even get off of their JV bench or their middle school bench. These guys couldn't even come on. And you talk about him like he's the worst thing ever. And what did I say in my short? You guys go back and check it out. I said, you're going to need him in the playoffs. Right? You want to throw him away now? You're going to need him. You needed him tonight. You needed him tonight big time. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't love me today and hate me tomorrow. It don't go like that. I want consistency. David Smith, do you think Bridges wasn't Villanova teammate of Brunson and CAA? Knicks would have ever given up. That's a good point. That's a good point. But once again, David Smith, that's not his fault, man. That's not his fault. So people got to be sharp enough to understand that. Like, don't get so emotional about it that you can't see the writing on the wall. That's the reason why. We know that. And also, too, David Smith, remember, the whole thing was the whole Villanova crew coming back, all four of them. I still want Dante back, too. Big task if you in here. I hope you doing some, you know what I'm saying, working your magic back there, making them phone calls, big task. Making sure Dante's still trying to tank to get back over here. So that's who we really wanted. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Bridges is a good player, man. He made some clutch plays. He good. Listen, man. And Jay, you ready? That's all we want, man. That's all we want, Jay. That's all we want. That's all we want. And then move out the way, right, Jay? And let Brunson and Cat do their thing. That's it. This Rover says, it's foolish to destroy Cal. Right, but was just doing a slam dunk game. Right. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, man. David Smith said, I think Bridges could be a second option scorer, but behind Cat. I said from the beginning that offense should be run through Cat as number one, Bridges number two, and Brunson third option, racking up the assist. You're way off here, sir. You're way off. Way off. Brunson's never a third option. Brunson is the option. He is the option. Cat is a good number two. And if you want any given night, it could be Bridges number three, and it could be OG Anunoby number three. And with the ascension of OG Anunoby, he's kind of coming to that number three role. But to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You ready? Just get a victory, man. I don't care about who's who. We know who the man is. That's it. As long as that doesn't get confused, we're good as a team. But the problem with Brunson is he can't go berserk like he was doing in game two and act like he don't see nobody. That's it. Be Brunson, but turn it up when it's money time. That's it. That's it. But money time can't be in the first or second quarter. And that was the problem with Brunson. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to identify hierarchies. That's all it is, man. Or shall I say, if you go to work, call chain of command, right? You go through the ranks. And that's just what it is, man. That's what it is. All right, people, listen, let me get up out of here. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Rock on me today. Big time win for them boys. They go up 3-1 in the series, 94-93. Big time game from the captain, 32 points, 11 assists. The big cat, 27 points, 9 rebounds. Total team win. They go up 3-1 in the cities. 3-1 in the 3-1 in the series and head back to the Garden on Tuesday night, and I will be back for that show. So please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through rocking with me and you're watching us on a replay game, please subscribe to the channel. Also, too, please leave comments because I do respond to comments, people. All right? So listen, that's my show. I'm out of here. Appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me. Big time win for them boys, 94-93. Go up 3-1 in the series. I will be back Tuesday night to discuss the game, so please come through and check that out. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.